All right, well, welcome back to Steve's Sermon Shorts. I just wanted to touch base with y'all after last week not doing one. We did the announcements for the church instead. So just wanted to touch base on you with what I'm reading in my personal Bible time. Well, I've just finished up reading about Abraham. We know the father of so many, and it was one of these things that was very interesting to look at his story, because the chapter I read last night was his death and burial, where they buried him along with his beloved wife Sarah. But the thing that was interesting to me is, as we look at the life of Abraham, we see a man of faith, a man who served the Lord, but also a man who was not perfect. And again, I think that's one of the things that I look at Bible characters that just say so much, is that they're real people. They do good things, they do bad things. They do things that we look at and applaud. They do things that we just shake our head at. And one of the things we look at when we see Abraham that we kind of shake our head about is when we see that, as faithful a man he was, that there were times he did not trust in the Lord. We think of two times in particular where the same instance happens twice, where he goes into a foreign land and, fearful that the people there will kill him and take Sarah as their wife forcefully, he tells her to just pretend that he is, or pretend that she is, his sister, and that they won't mess with him because of that. They won't mess with her because of that. Well, in both instances, calamity befalls the people because they were doing something they shouldn't do. They were saying, okay, well, if she's just your sister, then we will take her as their wife. And the Lord punishes them for that. And Abraham both times is caught in this. And the thing we look at it, we ask ourselves to say, why twice? One time we might could see, but why did he fall for it twice? Well, I think that's one of the things that we understand in our lives sometimes, is that we have those shortfalls in our life. Those things that come into our life where we fail and we just have such a hard time overcoming it. And the beauty of it is going to be this: the Lord's going to keep bringing those things into our life until we trust in Him, because He's the one that's going to get us over that hump. Because we need to make sure that we're doing what God would have us to do and not seeking to do it our own way. So when we get caught up looking and saying, well, why did this same thing happen to Abraham twice? Well, always remember, God's going to try to teach us, and if we won't learn the lesson, He'll keep trying to show us until we learn that lesson to trust in Him fully and totally. All right? Well, let's go out there and let's make sure that we are trusting in God completely and totally in all things, so that we don't have to keep repeating those same problems over and over. All right? See you next week.